You are joining me for a very special occasion. Back in the booth, you already know who it is. It is Arachnid, as always, intellectual, voracious, and yada yada yada. Tonight we attempt to kill two birds, well, maybe not two birds, two tofurkeys with one stone. First time ever we're doing a cold opening, so you know this is different. Let's cut away to that awesome intro. Episode number 2 is on the air. I'm not doing live commentary as I'm playing this game. I played this game. This is footage from a couple of weeks ago. I don't even really remember what happens. I edited this entire video. The audio's gone, but you know what? That's great because there's so many things I've got to get through. I've got to tell everybody, first and foremost, that old logo, we can't do it anymore. It's not cutting it anymore. It's time to bring in that brand new sweet logo, out with the black and red, in with that green and blue. In the comment section, I want to know what you think about that logo. I think it's pretty awesome. I put some time into it. And I also have to apologize early on. My voice might not be the best right now. I was at a house party last night. And before I tell you that story, got to get the plugs out of the way. Follow yours truly on Twitter and on Instagram at Arachnid Soul. Go to Twitter, hear my thoughts. Go to Instagram, see all of the photos I've been taking as I've traveled around the world, or maybe just my city. We're going to, in a couple of seconds, talk about a story that happened when I tried to collaborate with not another YouTuber, but another broadcaster, so to speak. She broadcasts on Twitch, and what a pain in the royal ass it was to have to deal with that situation. But first and foremost, let's talk about this house party last night, because something happened last night and I want to touch on it. It's the reason that I don't have a voice. The party was very loud and it was very fun. And at the same time, I thought about, as I'm coming on the air to do the commentary for this video, the importance of being able to tell a story, the importance of being able to hold an audience, the importance of having some compassion for human suffering when you've talked endlessly for way too long and they're bored out of their mind. I was caught in a situation in the kitchen last night. There was a chick who was not talking to me, she was talking at me, and she went on, and I couldn't get a word in. And she didn't care. And she didn't care that I was bored. At one point, she didn't care that I was looking at social media on my phone and not paying attention. She kept talking. At which point, wait a minute. I was trying to get that headshot. There it is. At which point, I sent this tweet out. You would have seen it. You can read it for yourself if you were following me on Twitter, at Arachnid Soul. And I said, I've just got to get out of there. Finally, I did manage to get it. I just said, excuse me, I've got to go check something on the other. There was nothing in the other room, but this is what I said to her. I got out of there. Loud party, cute dog there. Took a picture of the dog. Where can I see a picture of that dog, Arachnid? I know you're asking yourself that. You can see a picture of that dog on my Instagram, at Arachnid Soul. Now let's talk about this story. Let's talk about the story of me trying to collaborate with, we're going to call her Girl X. We're not going to use her real name. But I said, you know what? She streams this game. She streams 7 Days to Die. She puts out way more 7 Days to Die content than I do. And at the same time, she's just starting out. She's a small channel. Everybody knows that I've done the Guest Commentators podcast and the different videos on this channel promoting smaller channels because unlike other YouTubers that might try to climb that social ladder and only work with bigger channels, I enjoy working with the smaller channels because I remember when I was just starting out and it was day one and I didn't know anyone and no one wanted to talk to me. So I try to help those people out. And I said at the same time, I've got some audience that enjoys watching 7 Days to Die videos. So maybe because she puts out more content than I do and she's new and I want to help her out and she's, you know, kind of interesting. Why isn't this guy going down? There we go. I said, how about if on this very video that you're watching right now, I bring her in, we do a little collaboration, and I'll promote her and then everybody would go over and check her stuff out and it would be great for her. So I haven't worked with her before. She hasn't done anything on YouTube before. And she said, okay, let's talk. We'll go on TeamSpeak, or for anybody else out there who doesn't know what that is, we'll just say Skype for the sake of the story, even though it was TeamSpeak. It's almost like there's a story about my life that happened in a Denny's. But when I say Denny's and people are like, what's Denny's? I just tell them IHOP, and then I can continue the story. It didn't happen at Burger King. It happened at McDonald's. It didn't happen at In-N-Out Burger. It happened at Burger King. Whatever. In any case, I get on TeamSpeak. I'm ready to talk to her about this idea. This is going to be great. This is going to be awesome. This is going to be phenomenal. And there's 5 other people in the TeamSpeak, a bunch of guys, and I guess these are people who moderate during her stream. So I don't know why they're there. It's a little bit awkward, but I said, okay, I'm just going to talk to her. And she says, well, what exactly is this idea? I haven't made a YouTube video before, even though I've watched a lot of them. And I'm kind of going over this idea. And I'm not going to tell anybody out there listening to this right now what the idea is, but it's a good idea, and it's an idea I might do in the future. Beverly, edit that out. And as I'm pitching this idea to her, all of a sudden I hear the magpies, her moderators, and they're putting in their 2 cents. And one of them says, well, what if you do this generic idea that every single YouTuber in the history of the planet has ever done? And then the next guy says the same thing, and I'm sitting there and I'm trying to be nice, and at the same time I'm trying to tell them, I break the format. I break the fourth wall. I'm an innovator. I don't really like to just copy the status quo. I don't like to just regurgitate other ideas, some good, some bad, that I've seen before. I try to do my own thing. Then there was one guy, and his whole thing was, okay, she'll be in the video. Like, all of a sudden, he's her manager, he's her agent. She'll be in the video, but here's the bit. Every bit he came up with, instead of being the funny, clever, witty bit that I had come up with, was completely different and was all about, oh, and then you say this thing to promote her, and then you promote this for her and promote that for her. And they're making sure that she's not going to look bad on my channel because they think I'm going to make her look foolish. And I'm telling them I've done Gamers Podcasts. No one's ever looked bad on my channel besides me. And I've also said, it's going to be all positive. Then they're saying, well, we want to see the edited version after she does it so we can critique it and maybe change some things and have creative control pretty much. And at this point, I'm just sitting there and I'm thinking, this is too much of a hassle. Already I'm like, I don't even want to do this anymore. I was trying to help out. Don't really want to do it anymore. But let me just hear these ideas. So they keep pitching these ideas, and if anybody out there watches Family Guy, Season 8, Episode 15, go watch it again. Brian Griffin's House of Pain, it's called. It's the episode where Brian pitches the sitcom, and then they proceed to change everything about it in upper management. That's really what it started to feel like. Finally, I got to the point where I'm just sitting there. I'm like, yeah, this is not going to happen. Then I talked to her later, because at that point I said, okay, I think we've kind of sort of got some idea here, even though it was putrid. And I said, I'll talk to you later. I'll talk to you in the chat room, when you're doing a stream or something. I go into the stream, and all of a sudden, the story has become not only the idea that they've come up with, that they've edited, that's all about promoting her, that's not my idea. Not only is that not good enough, but at this point they're saying after I've edited it, they want me to send them a final cut of the entire episode to see if they like it. And also, by the way, could you send us a kind of edited version of the episode you're seeing right now so we can watch it before we do the commentary? And I just told her, okay, the whole thing's off. There's no way we can do this. No hard feelings. At which point she says, oh, well, it's no skin off my nose. I'm exactly where I started before. And she kind of starts to, oh, I gotta go. That's the end music playing. She kind of starts to throw it back in my face. So that's what I get for helping out a younger, up-and-coming person. Not actually younger, but I'm going to put the shovel away. It has been your host, your friend, your boy, Arachnid Soul, intellectual, voracious, and passionate. As always, please check out the 2 videos that you're about to see at the end of this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and share on social media, on YouTube, on that Google Plus thing, whatever that is. I appreciate your support. Please come back next time for either episode 3 of this or something else. And let me know what you think about that logo and this true life story in the comment section. And I will catch you girls, you guys, and everyone else out there later.